in. They've made the call, and so far it's going to be those three teams, Smile, Ziploc, and Solafide in those buildings feeling good. Also a team that's located in the structure to the south of them. A lot of teams have just bunkered in. They're set. They're fine. There's also going to be another interaction that's outside toward Train Yard, if you saw Bravo. That could spell bad doom for either of those teams. We'll see and keep a tab on that one. But now going over to Aim Assist, who have also been extremely consistent. 49.7 place for this team.
Yeah, I love what we saw from Aim Assist yesterday, and once again, also not surprisingly, just because of how well they've been doing lately. Fourth in the last ALGS Super Regional, but remember, first in the second Super Regional, a huge 82-point victory over the next closest 49. It was one of the most insane results we've seen in a major tournament, and they're going to be looking to repeat here. You might have caught in the Observer full screen map there that we saw HRN holding that choke, and they're waiting to see if anyone might come, but thank you right there, exactly what I'm talking about there to the OBS team. No one's coming from Fragment. They're going to hold that choke. They're right now just watching their back, and they were hoping they could gatekeep a little bit better to pick up some KP, but unsurprisingly, everyone avoided that at all costs. Some undoubtedly went underpass to Geyser, but instead, they will now be playing Edge and pushing into Ridge. It's a difficult push, but they're just going to have to make sure they try to time those third-party opportunities.
Yeah, you take the gamble of what you want to do. You know, do we just hang here, try and farm some KP, or, you know, just, hey, well, at least we'll be able to survive this one. There haven't been many battles taking place thus far. The only one earlier was when Sentinels took out 303, who are waiting for this next game in match 10, unfortunately, for the 303 squad. Now, the New Brainers, who Zeratricky just had some heroics yesterday, some real rap plays. Didn't he also try and blend in with the squad at one point?
That was Zeratricky indeed.
Yeah, you know, what a sly dog. I love that. Good man. I'm a fan for life.
I like to play too. Here's Unknown, a team that as we talked about yesterday, a lot of fan favorites, and now we'll see exactly what they're going to be able to do here as they're trying to make maybe a little bit of a push here. They know that they have limited options. Once they go up into sorting, actually, Matt Pickett has already broken that. And now we'll see Crummy, surprisingly, is the last one to go in there as that Wraith, but they are now all the way into sorting, and we'll see exactly how they make this move here. As you saw from the overhead earlier, South sorting was open due to how this circle pulled, so they'll have a little bit of an easy time in, but we'll have to see where they get comfortable.
So they're making some calls here. Don't forget, folks, Unknown did win the last game yesterday, 26 points. They had 14 KP. Just a beautiful closing for them that has led them up to this point. Unknown right now in 8th place. That one game gave them more than half of the current points that they have right now. And then this squad right here, Rogue, Snipe Down, Dropped, and Sweet Dreams. These folks have just had to make the difficult decision of changing up the composition. Perhaps they practiced with it, but then everything started to go swimmingly for Rogue. They started to put together some dominant showings game by game. They find themselves in a great spot in 3rd place currently, but here's HRN once again. Now, we know that teams aren't looking to potentially go into this one, but there is actually one team. So perhaps Bravo, HRN will be able to get this KP here. I thought that they had abandoned that completely.
They had gone through underpass to Geyser, and they were into Geyser. They were not even in the choke, but now they're north of that underpass choke, and based on what we're seeing here, it looks like they're going to try. They don't really have, I mean, they still have, certainly based on the fact that we're just here, they could certainly try to make a fast move. Take a look at how much cliff face they would lose there. If they wanted to make a Geyser push still, they'd be able to make that, but now here's NRG in Harvester once again.
Yeah, NRG in a scuffle currently here. Nathan's going to be a little low, as well as Frexus. Things have slowed down for a bit. No shots exchange quite yet. Not quite sure the team that they were going up against either there, but I'm sure we'll learn that relatively soon. Some tags have went out, so I'm assuming those players did abandon ship. Not worth it. Here's HRN now, and you know what, Bravo, I mean, I think maybe they went through that underpass and said, you know, we don't really like what we're seeing here. Now HRN actually went a little deeper than I think that they were initially anticipating, giving Max Dog some space to work with now. They're going to continue to push up. HRN, they're going to just go right back into that safe haven where they were presently now. But here we go. He got Beans. He's going inside for the fight, but he's going to get down. Urice is down there. That is unfortunate for him, too. But HRN do have the high ground. Here comes the barrage for the ultimate of the Gibraltar. Moore wants to get into scuffle. Now it's going to fly into this one. Now it's just going to be simply RKM, the last player left alive here with an EVA. He's got 2 shots. He's going to have to work around this knockdown shield. Recognition is going to see him and have him in his sights. Just looking for the shot. that it's a 1v1 and both players are going to be dangerously low, and he lost the coverage there. Oh no, he's still going to be dancing around it, playing around the knockdown shield, but he has a Gibraltar shield. Oh my goodness, simply RKN was simply beautiful there, dancing around the knockdown shield and managed to keep his team in this competition. Unbelievable.
It's an EVA 8 versus a Mastiff there, and look at the HP. You can still see it on your screen. When we say 1 HP, this time we really mean 1 HP. My goodness, what a win for HRN. And yes, holding that choke will get them the KP they were looking for in the end, even though it might not have been as much as they would have hoped, as much action they would have seen north of that. They will hold that. And I'm surprised that Max Dog did go for that, because nothing about the overhead indicated that they were having trouble at Geyser. Maybe it's something we didn't know, certainly, when they made the call to flank all the way back around, maybe hoping that that choke had already exited. But now look at TPH here at sorting and world of hurt.
And this was another team that will opt to run crypto in their competitions. Tech was one of those people on Twitter yesterday talking about maybe we make the switch. Clearly, Tech's still committing to that. Unfortunately for him, though, his team is going to be obliterated in the high ground. Aim assist will own this territory at sorting. Another fight taking place here and another elimination.
That's NRG.
Unfortunate. Yeah, that was that NR. No, that was HRN.
Excuse me. I keep calling him NRG because of Moore and NRG are melted into my brain as one
and
thing.
It's still in his name.
It doesn't help that Moore's still playing on the NRG tag as well.
Yeah, it just doesn't help. But I do. Hey, that is going to be unfortunate for them. Although they do get the KP, the problem is that they didn't get as much as they wanted, and that transition was just going to be that much more challenging for them. Now we go back over here to the teams that have taken these buildings previously. It was Smile, Ziploc, and Solafide. I did see a Solafide member go down in the feed. It was Metro, will be brought back to life here by Pride. So HRN, TPH, Max Dog, and 303 Esports are going to be out here for match 9.
And you have to imagine at this point, a team like Sentinels is still holding the exact top stairs that they had. Same thing with Aim Assist is actually holding the southern part of those stairs. And you have to imagine also TSM still in that that circular building that's just north also of the northern tip of sorting, rather. So all these teams still playing real close. And now Rogue actually playing below them. And we'll see exactly how Rogue plays as they have moved from that ramp now playing low ground against them.
Wow, this will be very rough. They have a lot to deny them. But Rogue, a team that most certainly can try and body TSM out of this one. It's a narrow staircase, though, that's going to separate these two squads. Also, players are going to be hanging out, lingering, all on the outside. Abileli, smart play. They're just using their bubble in case they decide to push up and can give him a little bit of coverage.
Yeah, he likely knew as soon as he's... But keep in mind that that is actually an unknown bubble. So we have unknown on the... Yeah, we have unknown here on the outside. We have Rogue on the bottom, and then we have TSM up top. So everyone's getting real comfortable real quick. So that bubble, I was wondering, that bubble looked like a little bit too far to be a bubble that was placed down low. So that was unknown, actually popping meds and healing a little bit. So now we have all those three teams trying to fight over this exact space.
Yeah, there ain't a lot of territory to work with. It's all vertical. TSM will hold it down here. 15 squads remain. The calls were made earlier. Those three teams inside of those houses, they are going to have to start to move. But for unknown, TSM and Rogue, they'll be okay where they are right now. Sentinels are going to be eliminated, as well as Team Liquid, as we saw that take place off screen.
Whoa. I cannot imagine. We'll have to see if we get any intel. What happened when Sentinels is holding top stairs of North sorting on the station building? How you lose it that quickly? No idea how that happened, but Liquid also going to be out as well.
Yeah, that is quite unfortunate. Some more kills are starting to come through. Resulta just gets a clean up there on Zero Tricky. And Solafide actually are going to be on the receiving end of some fury from NRG. So Solafide not able to stay inside of that building. They had to move eventually. Obviously, they kind of lost the draw on that. Hal gets it down onto Phony Head, which will lead to a cleanup there down low. The bleed out, as a matter of fact. Dropped also gets a kill of his own. Look at here at Sweet Dreams. Oh, actually a challenge coming from the outside, and the flatline shots. Those things are going to hit like a hammer. And that will force down Reps, who went outside and did not see the player that was going to be in front of him. TSM, though, they should be okay for right now. They're going to be able to pick up Reps, but players on the outside looking at them. Whoa, a huge chunk there with the PK. And Hal just wants this guy to just try and challenge him when he has that gun right on his sights. Abrelelli on the outside, though. Massive in hand. 128 damage. That's huge. Also, another one. Nicely done, as Rogue are going to be taken out, and TSM showing signs of life instead of what we saw in day one, Bravo.
Very well done for TSM on that pull, and they managed to play that really well, like you said, on the flank as well, as we do have a player just playing on the outside of this building here. It's going to be Sweet, who is the solo alive for Rogue. Sniped down and dropped, will be lost. Generally, yesterday we saw dropped was the one that got away, but now it's just going to be Sweet trying to fight as a solo. 8 squads left.
Pressure is on the squads remaining. Free smoke. I, Shiny Muffins, and Protect only have 1. New Brainers have 2. Rogue have 1, as we just saw. Smile, TSM, Team Superior, and Wraith 1 Tricks are going to be the ones left standing. Oddly enough here, of our top teams, NRG, goodbye. MVP, goodbye. Rogue, I mean, they might as well just count their lucky stars that they still have 1 player left in this one. The New Brainers, though, giving us a new look from yesterday. They're just trying to charge in and get some of these kills. Wraith 1 Tricks will gladly receive whoever that is by this pill. And that was Abrelelli. Whoa! He got split up from his squad here, but they did have to push out of there eventually. I would have to imagine Abrelelli is going to get cleaned up. Sweet is also killed off screen.
We'll have to see. Abrelelli does get the thirst, so now we're taking a look at Reps and Hal. We'll see what they could do here, but Reps goes down as well from height, and now it's all up to Hal here. This, of course, will be TSM's highest placing in the tournament so far, but he wants to play even later into the game if he can. Now also looking at Superior, still up, and they're holding this height. This is where you want to be, very common spot for any end circles that end anywhere around here, holding this height at the top of the zip.
This is a great spot for Team Superior to be in. They'll surely be able to get a little bit more KP. As it stands right now, they're one of 2 teams that have the full might of their roster still standing, them and Wraith 1 Tricks. TSM, only 1 player left alive. I believe, what was that? Was that
Hal.
Reps? Hal was the last one left alive. The New Brainers have been playing this fence. Everyone that tries to get right on top of him, they just manage to juggle around the fence, jump up and down, and throw off the aim, the crosshair, and they're just juking out anyone that tries to get in their way, but they will eventually have to make a move.
Yeah, this is the difficult move, and also even if you have a path here, we've seen so many times that even if you have your path and you can try to get a zip to that platform, you get punished so quickly. So they're gonna have to figure out what to do. And they also lost Zeratricky. That was their Gibby. That would have been their key to get to the low ground, maybe just get an early bubble down. But they will not be able to do that. So we'll have to see exactly how they play this route right now. Just trying to look for some openings, but they're going to need to move real fast here.
Yeah. Well, Team Superior has no other choice but to drop down, and they're going to do just that right into the loving hands of Wraith 1 Tricks. Their Prodigy Aces and Busby are going to go down, and this is looking fantastic for the Wraith 1 Tricks. Huge shots there, laying out Joey Blackout. Zenial is indeed taken. He is demolishing anyone that comes into his path. Now it's going to be the No Brainers' time to shine here. Perhaps they can catch the Wraith 1 Tricks off guard. Mr. Hakulo is going to go down. Mercy only. He's going to have to juggle around this rock here. Has to get the shots, but isn't landing them. Can he actually find these targets with the R99 spray? But no! It's the Wraith 1 Tricks in 5th place coming out of yesterday. They will walk away as your match 9 champion, and they'll gobble up all of those points.
And you have to wonder if those shots hit a little bit differently at the end, if we could have seen a different result. I certainly think that was the case. A pretty wild end circle there, and Wraith 1 Tricks is going to be the one that closes it out. You saw how fast things went from pretty calm in terms of teams being at the ridge buildings, also being in northern parts of sorting, and how fast they had to get to that low ground. It's absolute chaos in the end, but Wraith 1 Tricks, they pull it out and win a 1v1 that maybe they didn't expect to win, but in the end, the shiny prevails.
Yeah, and I mean, just everyone really popped off at the moments where they needed to there. This game, though, had a lot of interesting little storylines that were developing throughout, right? HRN and their holding of the choke. What was going on with Max Dog? They decided to just nope out of Geyser. And no, where were they at? Nope out of Geyser, go back through Underpass. Then you have this interaction here between Rogue and TSM as well as Unknown that were lingering about. And then evidently they had to make the rotation. As you see where they are right now, that is when that transition happened. And when, even though they got these kills, Abrelelli got caught off guard. Also, credit to New Brainers, who really worked this fence expertly. At no point did they allow anyone to try and get through there. They juggled that and were jumping all over the place. And this was just Wraith one tricks. Well done. Zenial, massive shots with the Mastiff. You got to give him credit there. And also credit to the no-brainers for diving into it at the opportune moment. It just really, I think, boils down to if they had actually hit those